And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. How is everyone today? Good? Good. Glad to hear that, guys. Alright, let's get started without too much ado. So, we're going to make ourselves some of these items called compression dynamos. Now, I already figured out how many I need, but of course, I proceed to forget as soon as my recording turned on. So, I need to make another 32 of these, for a nice even half a stack. Alright. Now, while that's happening, I should have some fluiducts laying around here. Beautiful. So what we're going to be doing is basically getting ourselves a whole heck of a lot more power. Alright? A whole heck of a lot more power. Should be pretty easy to accomplish, right? So we're just going to put up some lines of fluiducts like so. And that was totally not where I wanted that one. Gonna wrench out. There we go. And we're just gonna run these like this. Okay, like that. And we're gonna run another line. Up like this. And we'll, of course, cover this up with some nice covers once I get around to it. Of course, this is me, so getting around to it might be before we end the series. Maybe. Alright, so we have that connected like that. And we'll repeat the process over here. I have to go all the way up to the top? Yes, okay. And just like this. Now, compression dynamos, you guys have seen those before. They burn burnable fluids, basically. So it's not too difficult to work with them. It could be a little bit difficult to get a good constant supply of fuel going. But overall, it's not too bad. Look at that. Perfect. And if I'm right, we should have no signal. Why do I have no signal? Okay, there we go. We should have some servos. And we can just throw those on nice and easily. Just to get ourselves that liquid flowing. So we'll throw that in there. Flip that around. And we can see all our pipes flowing up with fluid. Well, fuel, as a matter of fact. There we go. Alright, we now have fluid flowing. Now, how are those compression dynamos doing? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So let's throw these guys on. That is not what I wanted. Alright, so we're going to have to do this a bit differently. Let's get some conduit. And I probably don't actually have enough conduit. Yeah, I definitely don't. Alright. So we should probably do something that I've been putting off doing for just a little while. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Better way of saying it than I've been lazy and haven't felt like dealing with it yet. So let's go like that. Like that. There we go. Lazy enough that I didn't even want to reach over to activate my jetpack unit. Alright, there we go. We'll put these guys on. And now for these. Oh, right. They need liquid water, too. That's interesting. How am I going to run these guys liquid water? I didn't think of that. Could do it that way. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Alright. So we're going to waste a little bit of fluid here. Now, the reason I had to think about this for a couple seconds was because let's actually turn this guy off, because there should be enough in the pipe here. These should hold enough, actually, to stop this thing from running. And are you giving me enough to drain the lines? Yes, you are. Okay, good. So now we're going to run over to here. And yeah, let's change this up. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this guy and break this guy. All right. And it's going to need to come down here. So then let's come out like this. And now I need some more fluid ducts. There we go. Plenty of that to go around. Let's do this. Okay, so that should be functional now. If I can drop down a little bit. Okay, so now we get to a more interesting part, which is that we need some stone brick covers. Fun. Okay. That should be auto-refilling. Oh, right, it's in my blue bag. Right. So let's... Got plenty on me. I should have a saw. And hopefully this doesn't derp out while I'm doing this. Sometimes this will derp out and just delete everything, so be forewarned about that. Alright. Sort the inventory. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to get back behind this wall here. Alright, so let's go over here. Because we need to run water, and that's not something I initially had counted on. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into here. We're going to cut these guys off. Because the issue would be getting that water into those middle ones. Oh, not what I wanted. Alright, let's do that. There. Nope. Sometimes this can be a little tricky. Actually, from what I've heard, it's trickier for those of us who learned how to do this with Red Power 2. Because Red Power 2 did its shaping algorithms just a wee bit differently. Yeah, see, these aren't placing how I want them to. Let's come down a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to run this guy. And I can't quite fit through there. We're going to run this guy up like this. All right, so we're going to come up, we're going to come up, we're going to come over there. All right. And that is going to create a little bit of ugliness going on there. Actually, I don't need to do that. Because I can come straight in and then up. And then I can cut this off. Like so. And I'll have to zip around to the other side here. So I can get up and in there. Perfect. Then I can run this guy over like so. And keep getting stuck on things today, apparently. And piping is fun, remember? Alright, so we're going to come over to here. I'm going to bring that guy over. Alright. And then we have to cut this off so that they do not, in fact, connect. Much better. All right. So now those are 2 isolated lines. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn that guy off. And we're going to come over to here. All right. And we are about to seriously damage some of our power generation here. How much load is on the network right now? Not much. Okay. So that's good because it means that our other system should be able to pick up the power loss that I'm about to cause. There we go. Thank you very much. And if you guys guess that part of what's going on here is that we're restructuring our power network, you'd be entirely accurate if a little unimaginative. So let's break that and that, right? We'll connect this like that. And we'll flip you to output. Beautiful. And now, how the heck am I going to get in there? See, that's one of the problems with this sort of system. You need to figure out how you're going to get into these places before you go start doing it. Which is exactly what I did. Well, I can get through there, though, can't I? Okay, good. I should have some magmatics. And I need a couple more, of course. But you guys can see basically how we're planning on doing this. So let me get some more of these compression dynamos. Like that. Okay. And I'm missing one line, so I'm going to have to fill that out somewhere. And I'm not certain where I'm going to fill that out yet. But that should be good there. So let's drop down. Now remember, that power net's going to be, that other side of my right side is going to be picking up a lot more power load now. So let's chop all these guys off. It's interesting. I think that might be the functionality of my new mouse, actually. I have just got a brand new, what is it, the Logitech Proteus. Because I built a friend of mine a new computer, and, you know, I'm one of those people, I don't like taking money from my friends, but if they want to pay me by buying me shiny new computer parts, I will certainly accept that. I don't know, yeah, it's semantics, but it's a thing. I actually know a lot of techs who are the same way. It's like, if it's for a friend, we won't charge them, but, you know, you expect some sort of bribe. So that's going to flow, and what that frees us up to do is to run this stuff up the sides, like so. And we could put some holes in the floor, right? And now I'm going to dash over to here, and let's get one more. I think that should be enough. I think 4 should be enough. But it's better with this sort of thing. It really is better to be safe than sorry. Because if you miscalculate, they will blow up. Okay, so let's say that these come down like this. And this is my coming to the resolution that I will, in fact, have to build another layer to this thing. Okay, let's just get one more. See, this is the sort of laziness that applied energistics tends to spawn in me. Is this like, yeah, no big deal, I'll just make another one. Doesn't matter. I've reached that point where I have more resources than I really know what to do with. Alright, and we want to get some water, but I don't have any water buckets on me. Okay. Sure, I can reach that block. Alright. So you guys can basically tell what I'm doing here, which is I'm just setting up a very basic aqua waste accumulator system, and I'm going to have to get some water buckets and start doing that whole mess. Okay. I have 2 buckets on me, so that should be fine. All right, so let me drop down here. 1, 2. And the nice thing about this setup is that I can actually... It's long enough that I can actually get an infinite water pool in here going. And put you over there. If I can get at it. There we go. Okay, good. That all sourced up. And yes, by the way, I am trying out a slightly different style of recording now. I'm trying to let you guys see more of this process and not just, the completed stuff. Because honestly, I got a couple comments from a friend of mine that, it's great to watch me blazing through all these projects, but not actually seeing, how I do what it is that I do. Which, let me give you guys a hint, it's a lot of trial and error. It's 99% trial and error. And derps like this, where I forget that you can't pull the sides of these blocks. Alright, so let's get this. Though I didn't know that the water right-click functioned that way. Alright, so now we have water actually flowing through this thing. Or at least we should. Let's see how full these guys are getting back here. Okay. They should be filling up nicely with water. You're full of water. You have water in you, but no fuel. Because I forgot to connect you. Okay. Let's do that. Do that. Let's sever that line. Let's put another one there. And a fluid duct like that. Okay. So that is now running. And you guys are the first to see the very beginnings of my brand new power system. Beautiful. And let's knock a hole in here for the power line. Now, as you guys can tell, I'm going to need a whole lot more power to run this system properly here. Also, I'm probably going to hear at least a couple people mention to me, in a loving way, that there is a limit on the amount of power these conduits can transfer. However, and this is a big however, most people don't know this, the power limit on redstone energy conduits is per connection. Okay? Per connection. The conduits themselves can transfer an almost unlimited amount of power. Alright? So, yes, there is a limit. No, you're probably not going to run into it. You don't need to worry about it. It's not a thing. Okay? Alright, so this is all over here. That's nice. I can salvage some conduit like this. And salvage some more of these guys. I can salvage this stuff. And this is part of my grand quest to kind of centralize the way things work. I don't want to cut off the feed to my main power line. And also to do it in a way that I think will look pretty cool. Of course, this is me and my aesthetic sense, so yeah, take it with a grain of salt, or a small mountain. I am not known for my aesthetic builds, alright? So we'll just leave it at that and call it a day. So let's run this stuff, and I'm going to run out. I know I'm going to run out even way before I get there. Yeah, alright. We're about to run out here. Now, the main thing I want to figure out, though, is where this crosses. Alright, so I can punch through here. And we're out. Okay. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. So I guess the second part of this episode, then, is going to be us figuring out how to auto-craft these redstone energy... Too short. Really? I'm too short? It's going to be us figuring out how to work these redstone energy conduits. Alright? That's not going to be too big of a challenge for us. I'll be honest with you guys. Alright? We want to auto-craft these things. And the main issue is going to be finding a place to put it. We're getting a little cramped in here. Well, not really, because we have all this empty space in the middle. I guess we could do it out in the middle. Why not? All right, so the first thing we're going to need is a magma crucible. All right. We know that. You know what? Why don't I put this stuff together? Because you guys have seen me crafting this stuff, and I'll be right back. All right, so this is a pretty easy system. Of course, I forgot to check to see. I didn't want to close any either. If I have an interface. I do not already have one. And that's going to take a few minutes to craft. Okay. So what I've done is I've just stuck this thing over here, as you guys can see. And I'm literally just going to hook it up into this same system. You guys can see back here. There's a power line back there. It's perfect. Of course, I don't have any energy conduits to actually hook it up with, now that I think about it. That could be an issue. All right, so we're going to have to make a few of those manually, but that's all right. So I should already have electrum crafting automated. Do I? Let's take a look. That's not what I wanted. I need it. Why are you not? All right, well, that doesn't matter. Okay, so we have some electrum. Let's see. Do I have any hardened glass? I do. Alright, so let's get that. Just get 10 of that. And some redstone. That should be enough to do what I want to do. Alright. Not a big deal. Not a huge problem. So let's just... Thank you. This could be just a bit finicky some days. So let's come over to here. Just magma crucible. And transposer. Ooh, why do I have resident ender in this thing? How much do I have? I have a bucket? What was I making over here? I don't know. I have no concept of what I was making here. Ooh. Do I have a portable tank laying around? Empty, empty. Okay. We'll just get a standard portable tank and just do this. Boom. Boom. Flip it. There we go. Flip you back around. Do that. Yank that off. We'll put that up there or something. And we can put the hopper back on. There we go. All right, we're good. And I just need a few of these to get this thing rolling. And that should... Oh, that does an auto-pull. Okay, good. I wasn't certain whether that actually automatically pulled into my network or whether it just sat there. But apparently it just sits there, so we're okay. All right, so let's hook these guys up. Shouldn't be too difficult. If I can just... Jetpack control on. And then we'll just run it to here. And these guys should have power. Yes, they do. Let's put that there. Put that there. Perfect. Okay. So now... Jetpack control off. Let's see. Do we have what we need? We want an interface and some item ducts. And we're going to need some servos. Now, I'm hoping this will work, but I'm not... Let's just say I'm not sure. All right. Let's do that and that. All right. And then let's get up here. And that. Okay. And then I want some cable. And this is all going to make sense and not too long. I barely have any ME cable. So let's hook this up. All right. So now here's what I'm going to tell it. All right. I'm going to tell it that... I need to get over here. All right. Okay. Let's get some more of that electrum. And some hardened glass. Beautiful. What I'm going to tell it is that one of these and 2 redstone get me an energy conduit. I have a wicked full inventory. Okay. Let's just... Okay, good. I have 32 in there. So that should be a good test. So one redstone energy conduit, and that is that. Okay. So now we're going to come back over to here. We're going to pop that in, and we're going to flip this thing around. And I'm hoping this can actually insert items into an inventory. If not, I'm going to be in for a little bit of trouble. I have to do something a little different if they don't. So then let's get another servo. And put that there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to whitelist this, and this is fluid transposer. We're going to whitelist that with that, okay, empty conduit. And we're going to whitelist this with redstone. All right. Now, hopefully what will happen here is if I request that, it didn't work. I was so hopeful. All right. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all, actually. So then let's get ourselves... Do we have any chests in this network? We don't have the massive upon massive iron chests and gold chests that we had in my other Let's Play. My other series. So let's put that... Oh, we can just put it right there. Eliminate the need for my cable at all. I had an interface. I know I had an interface. Of course, knowing my luck, it just disappeared and fell downstairs somewhere, but that's okay. We'll make another one. So now I'm also going to need another servo. It would have been so nice if this had worked. Oh, it's already went over there. Okay. That's right, because it's the same block space. Ignore it, please. And then this guy's pointed down, which is good. Is that interface done yet? I hope it is. Yes, ME interface. All right, so we'll tack that onto that. Let's rotate it. For heaven's sakes. Like that. Put that in there. All right. So now if I request a conduit... That starts running, and that starts running. And then that should get pushed out and back into here. And if I look up to here, I should have a conduit. Oh, they're not configured correctly. Beautiful. So it does work. Perfect. And we can actually do that for any number of things, too. We can do that for redstone energy cells as well. It honestly does not matter at all what we need to use that for. So, that's awesome. So now we have a way of crafting that stuff. So let's see. Let's look up conduit again. I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to request 31. And it actually should do the math for me. And that hopper is just a storage buffer for me. You know, just to make sure I don't overflow anything. So that's perfect. There we go. I don't know why, I just felt a little bit loud in my ear today. So, let's do this. We connect that, right? And now we can actually get this thing started. So we're going to come up here, come up here. We're off center because our entire bloody base is off center, but that's all right. And we're connected. Okay. So now I can shut these guys down. And we're going to take our 2 resident energy cells, which Kevin only knows. Oh, powering that thing. Okay. So we're just going to cut these guys out of the loop. And drop this cable down to there. Perfect. We should be cross-connected properly now. Okay, so what we're going to do next is flight control on. We're going to come up here. And I have no idea what that's doing on the other side. So in theory... There we go. That is now set correctly. We can come up to here. And we can put this guy down. And everything else here should be blue except for his rear output. Right? His rear output is still orange. Yes! And are they gaining power or losing it? I cannot tell. But what I can do now is connect to that. Drop down a little bit. Snip that. Actually, you know what? We'll just do it this way. And are we gaining or losing power in this net? We are wicked losing power in this net. Okay. That's fine. All of these guys are running full tilt, right? Good. And the fuel is still building up in there. Awesome. And I still have another 9 magmatic dynamos to burn through over here. So I'll have to figure out something to do with that. I'm certain I'll be able to figure out something. But I'm just going to replicate this on the other side, guys. That's just no big deal with that. I'm just going to replicate it over there, and we'll be all set with that. All right. So this has been Mr. Kassarian building a brand new power system. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and watching me figure out how to autocraft some stuff from this mod. Whatever this mod. Thermal expansion. This has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, guys, happy mining.